it's all opinion based. If you feel like that's fine, that's fine. But no, I don't think you should.
I mean, you do it, you can, and
you don't borrow money for love.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome to the family. If you don't know, me and Mark just got engaged. And we are here just giving you a little bit of our ring details, and
we just want to break down the process that we went through to get the ring and all of the steps that it took to get to this point. So we're excited to break it all down for you guys.
Absolutely. If you have not yet watched our engagement vlog, please do so. It's going to be right up in the cards and also linked down in the description box. Check it out.
So I guess the first step is actually, explaining to your partner that you want to go ring shopping, right?
Right.
Do you even explain it to your partner? I guess it depends on the individual. When should you even mention ring shopping? When should a man even start looking for a ring? When do you think a man should start looking for a ring?
I mean, I think he should start looking when he has the money and when he feels like he wants to propose,
Right. I think, coming from a man's perspective, definitely. I think, once a man is established that this is a woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. This is a woman that is compatible with him, a woman that, complements his life, he complements her life. I think when all those chips come together and you realize that this is a perfect fit for you and you see a long-term relationship with this person, I think that's when you really, start seriously thinking about a ring.
Absolutely.
Not because of pressure, because, some people put pressure on the man, families put pressure on the man to get the ring, and it's just like, you got to ignore all the outside noise.
Absolutely.
Because the only thing that matters is, your life and her life. So if her mother's pressuring you, ignore that.
Right.
If she's pressuring you, may not be the right one because she's not trusting the process.
And I think that's something that was significant with us. I knew that he was going to marry me,
Right.
I think that's what it all comes down to, is being honest with your partner. If you know that you want to marry your girlfriend, you will let her know, and he's always been honest with me and just let me know that he wants to do this. But for us, he wanted to do it right. He had a certain budget that he wanted to spend, and, so he didn't let outside noise or anything impact his decision to start shopping.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Because, like you said, it's always different pressures going on. You want to make sure that, she's buying into your vision for what you want. And I think, as a man, you should always keep your wife or your wife to be in the loop. You want to continuously communicate with your girlfriend, right? You want to always keep her in the loop. Let her know your intentions. Don't keep her in the dark. Because, we always see like proposal videos where the woman's absolutely shocked. She had no clue that this was going to happen. Like there was no chance in the world that this was possible.
Yeah.
But I think that, we should always keep, our girlfriends in the loop. Let them know your intention. Let them know that you see a future with them, if you do see a future.
Right.
And let them know that, you plan to marry them. And, try to give them a timeline. And that's what I always tried to do. I always tried to make sure that, Jeree knew that, my intentions are to buy a ring. And I will buy a ring once my net worth hits X amount. So that's pretty much where I was on that. But enough of my babbling. First step is make sure that's the woman you want to marry. You see a long-term situation with her. And next would be determining your budget, right? There's a lot of people out there that set these parameters saying, the ring has to be 6 months of your salary. The ring has to be 8 months, 4 months of your salary. I don't think you have to listen to any of those statements. I think you should just go along with your individual budget. What you feel is the right amount for, that ring. If you make $200,000 a year and you feel like a $4,000 ring is sufficient, that is your budget. Don't allow these outside factors to determine your pocket. Me personally, my budget was, $11,000, $12,000. That was my personal budget. I didn't go by any specific parameter with months of salary and stuff like that. It was just something that I chose, years ago. And I said that this is the amount I'm going to spend. So when you go to these jewelers, they'll try to get you to make payments, right? They'll try to get you to take out a loan. And I don't think you should, build the foundation of your relationship, of your marriage, of your union on debt, right? So if you can't afford the ring in cash, you shouldn't buy the ring until you're ready. Because if you're feeling pressure, you're going to borrow money to get it done. But if you planned it efficiently, you won't have to borrow the money. So just take your time, be patient, save. And if your wife-to-be is not willing to be patient, maybe that's not your wife-to-be. Maybe that that's going to cause a problem in the long run. If you have to borrow money to make your woman happy, you might be in trouble. So maybe that's a warning sign.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's all preference. I mean, if you want to take out a loan to spend on the ring, sure, you know?
No. It's all opinion based. If you feel like that's fine, that's fine. But no, I don't think you should.
I mean,
do that.
you do it, you can, you know? And
you don't borrow money for love. Oh, I'm going to borrow money so I can make my woman happy. I don't think that sounds right. Because eventually, you'll run out of money you can borrow. And now you can't keep her happy. If you got to borrow money to make her happy, you eventually, that credit card's going to run out.
Oh, wow. See, I wasn't thinking about it
Go with what you can afford.
I mean, you know, most times you want to spend cash for expensive things because you'll be paying for a long time, you know?
Yeah. If it's not an income producing asset, I don't think you should go into debt for it. 24 easy payments, 36 easy payment. There's no such thing as an easy payment. I've never had an easy payment. No, that's easy. Like, no, that's not going to work. No, it's not. We're not doing payments.
Establish your budget. Paying cash if you can. Everyone can do, you know, whatever they can to make it happen, but those are our tips. Next up, we have...
Find her style.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
For me, I personally believe that, you know, if she's going to wear this ring for the rest of her life, I shouldn't be the one to pick it because I'm going to pick it according to my style or what I think her style is. So I don't want to make that mistake. So I wanted her to choose her own ring. So we actually went together for her to choose her own ring so she can get the perfect dream ring for herself. And, you know, she didn't get surprised on that day with an ugly ring. I would hate to do that. And I'd be pissed off if I chose an ugly ring. So
I mean, I wouldn't let him know that it was ugly.
But deep inside, you're like, oh, man, I'm going to show my girls this. For me personally, I think it's best for the woman to pick out her own ring. This is something that she can't do twice.
Yeah.
So let her do it once.
Personally, I really loved ring shopping with Mark. Like, it was a solidifying experience. Like, it just solidified that, wow, this is actually gonna happen, you know? You know, it was beautiful. We both looked at the different styles and, you know, I already had a style in mind, and I really think that this is important. I think you should definitely shop in store for the ring that you want, because when you try on a style that you like, you may or may not like it. And that's what happened with me. Like, I liked pear shape, hated pear shape in person. And at the end, we ended up going with oval. When I found the ring that I really, really liked, it had a round diamond, you know, on the stock piece. He liked round, but I liked oval. We ended up finding an oval that also was, you know, a little fatter, so it's kind of round at the same time. So that, you know, it worked out for the best, you know?
So you would say you wouldn't advise someone to shop online for a ring?
Oh no,
okay.
I think you have to try it on. I mean, you may get lucky shopping online, but I think it's very important to shop in store, at least for me.
Right, because then when it comes to diamond size, you want to make sure that, you know, that size fits what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It could be bigger than you think, it could be smaller than you think. Carat is the unit of measurement for diamonds, but that's just the weight, right?
Right. That's
so it's not the width, it's not the height, it's just the weight.
So many other factors. You know, our jeweler, she sat us down and showed us at least 8 different oval shapes, and every single one of them were so different. It's just like, wow, I didn't even know they come in these different variations.
Right.
You know? So definitely would stress the importance of shopping in store and trying on.
So I guess the next one is finding the right jeweler, right? So you have many options. I mean, we're in New York City, so we have the jewelry, jewelry district. We have so many different options. So we had to make the choice between going with a smaller jeweler or going with a big box.
Yep.
So your big boxes are going to be Tiffany's, K Jewelers,
David Yurman,
all of these places that I have no knowledge of. You know, I really don't know. So we went to a big box store. We're not going to say the exact name, right? So we went there. No, this is the one we didn't buy from.
Oh, this is the one we didn't buy.
So we went there, and they
it.
originally said, you know, walked up. It was a beautiful place. Walked inside. They were nice. And they said, you know, what's your budget? So I said, you know, roughly 11 to 13,000. She says, perfect. I said, wow, this is awesome. She's going to give me exactly what I'm looking for, give us a nice experience. The first ring she pulls out was a $25,000 ring. So it's just like, wait, so you basically undermined exactly what I said, and you pulled out a more expensive one.
Yep.
She tried to get me on payments.
And she also said to me, oh, okay, that budget is cool, but let's come over here. I'm going to show you all the rings that are more expensive. We can get him to higher his budget. And I'm just looking at her like, no.
Right. As if we're not on the same team. Like,
I'm going to be his wingman, and I'm going to let her know, no, we're not moving on the budget, you know?
Right, right.
And that's what we did at our final place, Marissa Perry.
Right, Marissa Perry was fantastic. I think, when it comes to a jeweler, you definitely want to have someone that understands diamonds first and foremost. Definitely. Understands the clarity, color, cut, all these different aspects of the diamond so that they can educate you. You really want to be educated when you go to a jeweler. You don't want to be sold to.
Yep.
Sell me your education and I will buy your product.
Yep.
So essentially she provided an excellent service. Her name was Nesreen. With Marissa Perry. Fantastic. Just explaining to us all the aspects of the diamond. I learned so much myself. I feel like I can sell a diamond now. But, it was great. Explain the process. You probably remember it better than I do.
Well, I mean, she took me to all of the different, what do you call them? Stations?
Yeah, like display
booths. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she showed me so many different styles. I tried on almost every ring in that place until I found the one. Actually, I found the one before the one. And I couldn't decide. And so she had me try both of them on. And she sent me to the mirror. She told me to take a look in the mirror because it's different when you look at it that way versus just like straight, on your hand. And it really made a difference. Like seeing your ring on in the mirror really like put it into like a different perspective. So she was just so helpful and just had so much insight,
For sure. Yeah, I think it was great. Sat us down, poured some champagne, really got to know Jaree, seeing exactly what she liked.
Right.
And then she brought her to the different cases just to show her different styles.
Exactly.
And it was amazing. I mean, I gave her my budget and she followed the budget to a T.
Yep.
She even came a bit under my highest price point. So I think she was the perfect jeweler, perfect partner.
Yep.
And, it was the perfect service. I mean, it was well worth it. So you want to make sure that your diamond comes with a GIA certification, right? So this is pretty much confirming all of the details of the diamond. So we're talking the cut, clarity, and conformity, color, and all that good stuff, right? You just want to make sure that you have a real authentic diamond, right? Because there are different forms of diamonds, like they have something called lab grown.
Right.
Right. So that's essentially an artificially created diamond. It's a man-made diamond. What they do is they take a very small diamond and they build around it because essentially diamonds are created from carbon, right? So they create this artificial diamond and it's actually half the price of a mined diamond. Mm-hmm. So there is some savings there. Jaree would rather a natural diamond because she's into crystals and,
earth.
Authentic pieces from the earth. So of course we had to go with a natural diamond, but fellas, you do have the option of going for a lab-grown diamond. It's half the price, and there's no way she would even know. She wouldn't know. There's no way. It's literally a diamond. It's just created in a lab opposed to mined from the dirt. It's all carbon. Lab-grown is roughly half the price of a natural diamond.
Wow, you're really selling this lab-grown. You wanted to get a lab-grown?
No, I mean, I wouldn't mind a lab-grown. Man, who knows how long jewelers have been selling lab-grown diamonds to people that just didn't know.
No, that's true.
If you don't have a GIA certification, how can you really tell me that's not a lab-grown diamond? It's tough.
Right.
So
you need the paperwork.
You want to know what you have and make sure that you're receiving the correct documentation to ensure that what you have is an authentic mined diamond, if you choose to have that. If you want lab-grown, the GIA certification will say lab-grown, and you can go ahead and throw that out. So, no, it's nothing wrong with lab-grown. Nothing wrong with
Listen, I wanted a natural diamond so I can connect with it. I meditate with my ring, y'all. Don't sleep on that.
Okay. No, that's
Feel
great.
The properties.
That's great. When it comes to your ring, right, there is some maintenance that you'd like to do on this ring, right? So you want to ensure that, of course, if the ring doesn't fit, if the ring is too small, you can actually get it extended. You can get your jeweler to make a alteration to the ring to make it larger.
Yeah.
And if it's too big, they can actually cut the ring and make it smaller for you. So you do have that option in case that there's ever any discrepancies there.
Exactly. Or you can opt for a ring guard. I mean, they add like little prongs in there if you don't want the little attachment guard, but that's an option too. Like you can use a ring guard if your ring is too big.
So since you have the ring, you've had it for about a month now, do you have any tips that you think you should share?
I would just suggest that you make sure you keep it clean. You know, we want our diamonds to shine and pop, and you know, so I don't lotion my hands with the ring on. I take my ring off to lotion. But other than that, you know, my ring is gold and diamond, so you know, those are natural metals and gems. So I don't really care too much if they get washed or if hand sanitizer gets on it. Things like that don't affect me. Or affect the ring. You want to keep it clean in that aspect of like putting oils on top of it.
That's perfect. And lastly, you know, when it comes to insurance, right? You want to make sure that you're protecting your investment. You're protecting this ring that you put so much money into.
Absolutely.
We actually got our insurance with Lemonade, right?
Yeah.
So it was roughly $200 a year. And that $200 covers your ring against loss, theft, you know, damage, you know, all of these different aspects that, you know, affect the ring. So you want to make sure that your ring is protected. It's roughly $200 a year. And like Jeree said, you want to make sure you're maintaining your ring as well. Absolutely. So we want it to be insured, but we also want to do these different maintenances on the ring to make sure it's perfect. One thing you want to do is you want to bring it into your jeweler to get it cleaned once a year. Depending on your jeweler, they may offer this service for free or for a small fee. But you want to get your ring deep clean so we can make sure that that diamond is shining the way it should. I mean, you put so much money into it, you want to make sure that it's being displayed the right way. Also want to bring it into your jeweler so that they can check out the prongs, because the prongs are what's holding the diamond. Though we have insurance, we still don't want our diamonds falling out. So get it checked once a year. Make sure the prong is holding that diamond in tightly, and you should be good to go from there. So that looks like that's it. That's all the tips we have for the day. I think we covered quite a few topics.
Yeah.
Fellas, I hope this was informative, and you have a few, you know, tips to go out there and find the ring that you want to get, and you know, keep that lab grown in mind. I don't have anything against the lab grown. Half the price is a regular. Listen, diamond's a diamond, right? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. They didn't indicate if it was lab grown or natural. So
I mean, lab grown allows you to get a bigger diamond, ladies, if that's what you want, you know.
But if you're like Jeree and you want a natural diamond, you know, go ahead and get that natural. Yeah, I think that's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to keep pushing out content, you know, all aspects of, you know, being a couple, right? So ring shopping, we covered that. We're going to cover budgeting. You know, we're going to have a whole bunch of different topics that everyday couples go through, because it is a team. You know, we work together, we build together. So we're going to document the process.
Absolutely.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk soon.